there is one green flag that immediately tells me that somebody has the emotional maturity and the emotional freedom to actually reach their goals. Here it is. It is their ability to feel whatever they're feeling simply for the sake of feeling it, to allow it, and to also understand that they do not need a reason why to feel something. Someone that knows that they can simply feel good simply because it feels good to feel good, and that is reason enough to feel good. Somebody that knows that they can feel happy just because they want to feel happy, and that's a good thing, and they can do that, and they don't need a reason why they need to be so super fucking happy. Somebody that can feel sad simply because they feel sad, and they don't need a reason to feel sad. Somebody that can feel all their emotions: anger, frustration, love, hate, joy, excitement, passion, all of the emotions. Somebody that can feel all of it, and they do not need a reason why they feel it. That is a person who's free. That is a person who can do anything. Here's why. Our brains attach stories to emotions. 99% of humanity is conditioned that if they feel a certain way, they better have a story to back it up. If they're feeling sad, if they're feeling down, if they're feeling happy, if they're feeling excited, they better have a story to back it up. Somebody might ask them, why do you feel that way? Why do you feel sad? They better have a reason to justify it. Why do you feel angry? Well, I better have a reason to justify it. If I don't have a reason to justify it, then somebody might say, well, the way you're feeling isn't valid. And if somebody can tell me the way I'm feeling isn't valid, they can take away my ability to feel, which is one of the highest levels of assault against a human being. There are things that human beings have autonomy over. We have the power of choice over our body, over our mind, and over our emotions. And when those spaces are violated, that's not very nice. So our emotional space, we protect it. And the way that we protect our emotional space is by coming up with stories about why we feel a certain way. And we say, I feel this way because this, and this. And we justify all the negative emotions, and sometimes we justify the positive emotions too. But when you set yourself free from all of that, and you can just say, well, I fucking feel this way because that's what I want to feel, and it's good for me right now. You're free. You don't need the story anymore, which means negative emotions can pass through quickly unless you want to feel them longer. You can choose any positive emotion and jump right into it because it's simply good. You can wake up in the morning and say, what do I choose to create today? And you can say, I choose to create a day filled with the feeling of excitement or peace or stillness or joy, whatever it is that you want, okay? You can wake up and you can define your day with that, and then you can go feel that way and take off into your day feeling that way simply because you want to feel that way. And situations that would normally make a person feel bad or feel some kind of negative way don't necessarily have that power over you. You can choose to feel that way, but you don't have to. There are some people you might notice that are able to still feel good even if all kinds of shit is happening. They've figured out that the easiest way to live life and the most powerful way to live life is to just feel good because I want to feel good because feeling good is fucking good to feel. It's really that simple. Now, will this solve every problem you have in your life? No. Will this magically make you rich? Probably not. But it will make everything in your life much more enjoyable. You will have the freedom to feel the way you want to feel, rather than having your emotions dictated by your circumstance and having to justify everything you feel to yourself and everyone else. The power that comes out of this that can affect your tangible circumstances is the fact that this changes drastically the way your brain works. Your brain starts to fire different neurological patterns. The brain chemistry changes and begins to form different flows. Your default mode network reorganizes around your chosen state of feeling. As a result, your thoughts look differently. When your thoughts look differently, your perceptions see different shit. Your perceptions will start to be able to see more opportunities, where before you would have seen none because it would have been clouded by some emotion and some story that justified that emotion. I should clarify, it's not really that the emotion clouds the ability to see the opportunity. It's that the story we tell ourselves to justify the emotion makes the opportunity invalid. The story doesn't include the opportunity, because oftentimes if it did include the opportunity, that would invalidate the emotion. So it can't. So we get stuck in this place where we feel a certain way, but the narrative we tell ourselves in our mind won't allow us to see a different way or different opportunity, because then that would invalidate our own emotional state. And since the whole point of the story, psychologically speaking, was to protect the emotional state from invalidation by ourselves and the world, it cannot rewrite. As you disconnect these two things, the story you tell to justify how you feel from the feelings you actually feel. Now you can feel whatever you want to feel, whenever you want to feel it, because of whatever fucking reason you want to feel it, and you don't need a fucking reason. It can just simply be because I want to feel that way. Now you don't need the story. Now you can make up any new story that you want, which means your mind is free to be able to see the opportunities that would otherwise have to be filtered out in order to maintain continuity with your state of feeling and the story that has to go with the state of feeling. As a result, now you can see opportunities. So let's apply this to something tangible, like your business. You're showing up to work in your business. At one stage, you might have something happen. Maybe clients are slow. Maybe a mishap happens. Maybe somebody does something. A team member does something. An employee does something. Whatever it is. Something happens and it creates stress. It's a stressful situation, we might call it. If that story makes you feel stressful and then you justify the stress and you say, well, I'm stressed and I'm frustrated and I'm irritable and I'm angry because this and this and this happened, now we're locked in. And if there is a simple solution to the whole situation, you can't see it because that simple solution would invalidate the emotional state that you have. If your emotional state is to feel good, and just because feeling good is great and you're still choosing to feel good because it feels good to feel fucking good, if that's how you're anchoring your emotions, then shit happens, same situation plays out. Now your brain can see the simple solution that might be there, if there is one. If there is one, your brain will be able to see it. And because your emotional state is not tied to a story, now you're free. If you see that opportunity that can resolve the whole situation, you can take that opportunity and it can resolve the whole situation. And maybe the whole thing is way, way, way easier. Not because you chose to feel good, but because in choosing to feel good and in disconnecting the story that's happening in our life from the emotions. And as a result of being able to see that opportunity, you can now act on that opportunity. And acting on that opportunity does not threaten your current emotional state. And it does not threaten the story you're telling yourself as to why you feel the way you feel. You can continue to feel good and you can take the opportunity and you can resolve the situation. Whereas if you had reacted to that situation and said, well, I'm going to feel bad because of this situation, if that's the path you had taken, then when that opportunity showed up, you would not be able to see it or act on it because the opportunity itself would invalidate the emotion that you were choosing to have. This emotional fluidity is like a fucking superpower. So anchor into it. And if you enjoyed this, then leave a comment, like, follow, share, do all the things with the buttons. Share this out with others so that they can experience this reminder as well. And if you enjoy this type of conversation, head into my bio. I posted a whole bunch of shit there for you about ways that you can tap in to connect with yourself at a much deeper level, to have the complete mastery of your emotions, your thought patterns, and your way of being, to create the life that you love, to feel good simply because it feels good to feel fucking good, and to live a life you love simply because that's a good thing to live. I've enjoyed sharing this with you. I hope you've enjoyed it as well, and I'll see you on the flip side.